Hey, it's Randy Lee with the Flipping Genius podcast for another quick flip here on DAA Radio. And I got a good one today. I'm going to talk about my 12-point inspection that I use every time that I buy a car, whether it be at an auction or in somebody's garage and everything in between. First, I want to point out something I learned this week when I was at the auction. I was talking to my buddy KJ Howard. He's a dealer in Alabama, and I asked KJ, what do you do? What simple thing do you do that is the smartest thing that you do when you're at the auction? And he said, I watch. And I had just thought the same words. I had thought, that is so smart, because I watch too. I watch the other dealers to see what they're doing, and it helps me learn more about what maybe I already know. But I said, what do you watch, KJ? And he said, I watch you, Randy Lee. I watch you, and I'll let you do all the homework. And then if I see you tracking on one of the cars, I know it's a good one, and I come after it so I can beat you. Thanks a lot, KJ. But it's probably pretty true. I watch for some other things, and I'm not going to even tell you what they are, because I gotta keep some of the secrets, right? But I thought it might be helpful if I just walk through the 12 points that I stick to before I make a purchase. And I've been buying and selling vehicles for a profit for well over a dozen years now, long before that as a licensed dealer for over the last 12 years. And I've had a pretty damn good run of success, frankly. I don't make too many stupid mistakes. And when I do make a mistake, I usually don't lose money on it. I may not make as much as I like to, but a big part of that is being cautious and putting some work in the front. So I thought I'd just go down my list. I got it right here, of the 12 things that I do before I make a purchase. The very first thing is you should have OBD2 scanner, which you probably do, but if you don't, you should get one. Mine, I think, costs $38. You know me, I get the best deal on everything. That's what I try to do. You make your money when you spend it, baby. You may have a better one. If I had a better one, I probably wouldn't understand what it was telling me. So this is what I have. My mechanic, I drive him crazy because I call him in the middle of these things and say, what does this mean? What does that mean? But he helps me a lot. Dennis Johnson is the best mechanic in all of North America, I think, but certainly in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Gary. My code reader will tell me also if a code has been erased. I like to see that. If I'm dealing with an individual, it doesn't necessarily squirrel the deal. I just want to know, and I want to watch their response when I say I've discovered that this has been erased. Because I can usually read and see what they're saying. If they're saying the truth, then I can go from there. Of course, there are some people that fool me. The next thing, of course, I look at the lights on the dash to see what that's telling me. The next thing is I'm going to pop that hood up, and I'm hoping that the hood will stay open. That doesn't always happen with mine because I buy some cheap stuff, as you know. But if it's got the hood struts, I want it to stay open. That's a good sign to me, especially when you're buying cars in the range that I'm buying in. It's a simple one. And I want to look at how it looks under the hood. If it's super clean, like unbelievably clean, I kind of don't trust it. If you clean up your vehicle so clean that it's sparkly and shiny underneath the hood and the rest of the car isn't quite that perfect, I think you're probably hiding something from me. And I can respect that, but I'm going to be looking for it. But if it looks about like the miles that are on it and maybe a little bit better, then that's a good sign to me. And then while I'm there, I'm going to check under the hood to see if we've got a straight frame. I'm just going to look at the seams on the sides. I'm going to look around the front to see if I've got any front end damage. It's one of the most difficult things, as you know, or you probably know, for a body shop to make a repair and keep those seams exactly straight if it's been hit in the front. And I'm looking for frame damage in the front, and sometimes you'll spot that. Next, I'm going to look for the leaks, drips. I'm going to look on top, and I'm going to crawl down and look on the bottom. I'm looking for leaks, drips, rust, excessive wear. If I can jack it up, I will. And another little trick that I do is when I take it on my test drive, I'll drive her up on the curb so I can slide it underneath, because a lot of times I'm not able to jack it up. They don't want me to do that, or I just don't want to. I'm too lazy. And I learned this a long time ago. You pull up on a curb, you can slide underneath, and you can see some of the stuff that's happening. And of course, this is going to be after I'm already moving it. But I want to see if I've got any leaks, and if I do, try to get an idea. Oh, take a flashlight with you, because that's a good idea too. Pop that flashlight in and see where it's coming from. Now, as you know, I'm not a mechanic. I have very little mechanical skill, but I am smart enough to recognize this is bad. That's not good. I like to look in the coolant reservoir before I start the vehicle. I'm looking for clean coolant, but maybe not too clean a coolant, because that's going to kind of be a tip off. If I've got a vehicle with 260,000 miles and things are kind of nasty and dirty, but it still runs good, and all of a sudden I notice the coolant is brand new, you might be trying to hide something from me. I can respect that, but I'm going to try to catch you. And I'm looking for oil or sludge in the coolant, because that could mean I got a head gasket issue. I'm going to check the power steering fluid. I'm going to check the brake fluid. I want to make sure that they're clean and that they're at the correct levels. And I'm going to check that before and after running it, because I want to see if there's a leak. And I'm going to look for leaks around that too, look at the hoses and things like that. The oil cap is one of my favorite places to look. I pop that oil cap off, and first thing, can I get it off? I looked at one yesterday. I could not even get the cap off. I needed my big pliers. I didn't have them with me, but that's a bad sign when you cannot get the cap off. I'm a fairly big cat, so I can usually pull one of these things off. This thing was just stuck on there. I suspect the oil had never, ever, ever been changed on this vehicle. That's very possible. I did not bid on that one. If I pop that cap off, I look underneath it, and if I see like a frothy white substance underneath there, that's probably a head gasket issue, and I'm going to probably walk away, because it's not going to be worth it to me. Now, it could be worth it to you, but I'm just telling you, my analysis is quick on that. Then I'm going to look inside the engine through that cap, and I want to see if there's any sludge down there. I'm looking for that, and these are telltale signs, of course. And then when I start the engine up later, I'm gonna take that cap off again. I'm gonna put my hand over that cap, and I'm going to check to see if there's excessive strong pulse, sucking and pushing my hand out. And there's going to be some, but if it's excessive, that could be indication of major trouble with the vehicle. I don't want major trouble with the vehicle. I want a quick fix, clean it up, sell it, make some money. That's what I want to do. So I'm not looking for that. If you're a mechanic and you can fix all that stuff, good for you. Not me. I'm going to check the oil dipstick before I start the car too. I'm looking to see if it's the right level, if it's low, if it's overfilled. That could tell me something too. I'm looking for metal flakes on it to show excessive engine wear, and again looking for that milky, frothy sign of a blown head gasket. I've seen that sometimes. They usually hide that. They usually clean the oil out, but you can find it there. Maybe they don't even know about it. I'm going to check the hoses and belts and see if they're excessively worn, if there's cracks, and for leaks too. I'm going to ask. I'm going to try to get somebody to help me start it. Maybe the seller, if I'm at the garage or somebody's driveway. If I'm at the auction, I may get another dealer to help me, and we can kind of tag team if I'm working by myself. And he'll start it. I like to watch the exhaust. I'm looking for blue smoke, because that's probably piston wear, or white smoke, because that's probably a head gasket issue. I want to see if that happens when you first start it. I'm watching what comes out. There's going to be a little white smoke, probably maybe even some water, just condensation, because the thing's been sitting there maybe. But I'm going to watch that. I'm also going to try to, I'll have them start it again around the other side, so I can watch and see how much the motor moves when I start it. Because I'm looking for broken motor mounts. Not a deal killer, but I want to know about them, because anything I find like this, I got to take it off my analysis, my price, before I make the purchase. And then I want to take it for a test drive if I can. I want to drive it for probably 10 minutes in the city, in town, and about 10 minutes on the highway if I can. If I can't get that mix, I want to experience both of them. And then after the test drive, I want to go run through all these things again and check for leaks, use that flashlight again, pull it up on the curb, maybe when I'm out driving, so I can check it. Usually do that when I don't have the seller with me. But if the seller wants to go along, I'll tell him what I'm doing. I mean, I'm just trying to protect myself. And I want to double check that after the test drive. These 12 things have kept me safe. And the other thing is my phone at my side, so I can call Gary and Dennis and John and the guys down at Dennis Johnson. They can tell me, no, idiot, don't buy it, like they did today, man. They saved my behind today again on a vehicle that these guys are trying to put one over on me. It's easy. You can do it, but I've got friends and they help me. Hey, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to hear on the Flipping Genius podcast. If you're not listening, it's easy to find us. Just go to flippinggenius.com, only one G in the middle, FLIPPINGENIUS.com. And we come out with a new episode. We just did number 79, came out this morning, Wednesday, July 20th, and July 21st. And we come out with a new one every Wednesday. And of course, subscribe to our Flipping Genius YouTube channel, and you'll see videos like this. And we love DAA Radio for having us on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 o'clock to talk about all this fun stuff. And if you've got a question or you would like to interact with us, you can send questions to flippingquestions@gmail.com or join our flipping forum, our car flipping forum. Just go to Facebook, type in Flipping Genius on Facebook groups, and you're going to find about 20 groups all across the United States. But the Car Flipping Forum is our fastest growing group, and it's where guys like you and me can share our ideas, ask questions, and learn more. Hey, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's all become flipping geniuses.